Should I be selling right now? I gotta get a bigger place.
What's my house worth?
What do you think?
What's my house really worth?
Do we need to renovate?
How do I buy a house?
What if I don't have time to see it in person?
What is going on with this housing market?
Don't worry. I can take the guesswork out of it.
Well, I can promise you that your house is worth more than what you paid for it, probably.
That's right. Exactly.
Oh, welcome.
Welcome. We're so excited to join you.
Just jump in. I'm going to be the one to talk first.
Exactly. Yeah. You can be anywhere tonight, and but you decided to join with us for our program, Let's Talk Real Estate. We're so excited to have you on board. We have a special guest in the house all the way from New Jersey, and we're so excited to talk to him. Not too far. Exactly. Covering that central Jersey area, but we're going to talk about some details about what's going on in the New Jersey market, as well as the NAR lawsuit. If you have not heard about the NAR lawsuit, of course, you're probably living under a rock. And not saying that you're living under a rock. I'm just saying.
Don't worry.
And
if you're like me, I don't want to pay attention to the negativity. So
it's
don't worry.
easy peasy. We're going to discuss it. We're going to have a lively discussion about it.
It's
and
all good.
That's right. It's all good. And
It's all good.
we look forward to talking to you shortly. We're going to be right back in 1 second. All right, such beautiful weather.
Oh my goodness. I've been gardening, planting, opened the pool early. Yay.
Opened the pool, yep.
And I do want to take a minute to wish Rob happy birthday. His
To me?
birthday
Oh, that's right.
was if I was tech savvy like him, I'd be like having balloons and fireworks and a happy birthday song. And if I could sing, I would sing, but I can't sing. So anyway, that's him. He sings. Anyway, so happy birthday, honey.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, studio audience.
Another
We appreciate that.
29 years. So
That's
we're all
right.
good? Or is that just me? Because you're
That's just
so
me.
much older.
I
Honey,
am?
You're like leaning. You like
Am I
need
leaning?
To, you need to sit up straight.
sit
I
up
always tell
straight.
them, sit
Okay.
up straight.
I mean, it's a live
I
program.
remind myself. I
Yeah.
know.
It's
so
not Regis and Kathy Lee.
Are you, okay. What are you
Well, it
saying?
could be.
Are you trying to insult me?
No, but
Okay, I
that's,
didn't think so.
a lot of the millennials are like,
Anyway.
Regis and Kathy Lee, what's that?
Anyway, so what have you guys started your planting?
Yes.
I just reached out to one of our favorite homesteaders to have her on our show to give us a couple of great tips because everybody's homesteading now or trying to.
Yeah.
So, we want to definitely get the right hints. That would be me. I'd like to find out all the details about things like that.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah. So it's a lot of fun. It's been a great week.
Yeah.
We just got back from where?
Denver.
From Colorado.
Do you have
from
any
Denver.
of your gifts that
I
you
don't have
you
any
won?
of the
I
fun
left them
stuff.
all on your
I know you
desk.
left them all here, but then I moved it. I
That's
was
what
able.
happens when I'm
We
organized.
basically went to a 3-day intensive training for some systems that we have within our
At
Remax
headquarters
At
in
Remax
Denver.
headquarters. It was fantastic, and
Never been to Denver. Been to Colorado Springs.
that's right.
Well, we did fly into Denver, but then we drove right to Colorado Springs. It was beautiful.
Yeah, and they had this contest basically where you basically have to answer questions very quickly as they post them up on the board. It was a lot of fun, and out of like 68, 69 people, I won the one that had the quickest responses to the questions.
Oh, honey,
and
look
so
at
they gave me this
you.
gift bag
Bravo.
with all kinds of goodies in it, and eventually we're probably going to give some of those goodies away. It's a lot of fun, a lot of different things they gave us, or gave me, and that was really great. So. But we definitely learned about some systems. It's really going to help us with communicating all of our
And
Remax
keeping
agents,
you up to
communicating
date
with you.
on what's hitting
Yep.
the market
Yep.
and when, and helping narrow your searches down. Hi, Lori.
Yeah. Hi, Lori. How are you?
So that we can get you into the home you want, and then also letting everyone know that your home is for sale.
Yeah.
So it's only good for you. So my quick question is, have you ever been to Red Rocks in Red Rock?
The amphitheater.
Well, it's also just called Red Rocks, like the area.
I thought it was called Red Rocks Amphitheater.
It is,
Okay.
but like there's other things besides.
Gotcha.
Like you can take a walk and do
Okay.
all that.
Okay.
It was so beautiful. Like if you've went to a concert, you'll have to let me know because the names of the concerts that were there when we were there, like I'd never heard of these
The names of different
people
bands.
before. They were
Yeah.
a little sketch, but
But they've been doing bands there. They've had bands in this
Oh, the
amphitheater since
Beatles?
like 1908.
the Beatles.
So like
country
every
sing-
year, like
everybody.
Rush has been there, Beatles,
Every-
everyone you
all
can
kinds
imagine.
of-
Yeah,
Yes,
it's a very
cream of the
popular
crop.
place. Yeah,
Yes, and then we took a hike at the goddess, something of the gods. I can't remember now.
I don't know.
Where's Chloe?
I was
when
in
need her?
class.
You were. Oh yeah, I played hooky
Like,
that day.
yeah,
Or
exactly.
maybe all days, maybe not. No. Anyways, Garden of the Gods.
Garden of the Gods. There you
That
go.
was so beautiful. So
Yep.
beautiful.
Yeah, that was a lot
I'm
of
not a
fun.
hiker because I'm clumsy, but I did my best
That's right.
to keep up with
Exactly.
my 21-year-old daughter who is a hiker.
That's
so,
right.
Anyway,
So we have we're going to move right along with the show. We don't have a specific real estate topic. We typically talk about the top 10 designs of 2024, and we have things of that nature. But we just really felt like this show we wanted to really devote to talking with our special guest, finding out what's going on in the New Jersey market, of course, and then kind of just dive in a little bit into the NAR lawsuit. So our special guest, Alex, and you,
Monaco.
Monaco. I knew that.
Yes.
I knew that exactly. It's just I have the boom mic here is kind of blocking that on my screen.
And
so
it's so nice. In Remax, is a name that everyone is familiar with, and a brand is super important. We all know that. I'm sure we all have something brand name in our home. But Remax, we're like family. We like to encourage our other agents, our friends, and that's what we do here. And we're really excited to have other Remax agents on our show, support them. And then if you think about moving somewhere, we can just definitely share the name with you. So we're excited to have Alex on.
that's right. Real quick before we introduce Alex, if you follow us on social media, we're so appreciative of that. You can follow us on Facebook at MD Homes Team. We have an Instagram account. We're streaming live right now to LinkedIn. We're streaming live right now to YouTube. So if you want to follow us on there, subscribing to our YouTube channel is very, very helpful. And we also have a TikTok channel as well. So keep that in mind. When you want to see Maria and I dance in the middle of a football field, just go to our TikTok account. You'll be able to see us there. So that's a lot of fun. Also, our team merch, we do have a team merch account. So if you visit mhtmerch.com, feel free to peruse through the different shirts and merchandise that we have there for you to buy. We don't take any money for that, by the way. All of that money, any kind of proceeds of those merchandise purchases, we give to local benefits that we support. And so we're really grateful for you for taking a look at that site. So anyhow, without further ado, any questions? Are we doing good?
I don't know. Let me see.
All right. I think we're doing good.
Yes.
Well, let's go ahead and introduce our special guest, Alex. And we really do appreciate you coming on board, Alex Monaco. He's a realtor with Remax.
In Style Realty.
Yeah, In Style Realty. And he's upcoming. He's a rising star. I see him. I followed him on LinkedIn. I follow him still. And he's just a joy to watch the different videos that he produces. And well, I was so excited when he responded that, yes, he would come on to the show. And he just has a real great insight on what's going on in this market. And I will provide, by the way, his telephone number and everything in the links below after the show. So if you want to just give us a thumbs up during the program, we greatly appreciate it. And we're going to put your comments up on the screen. So if you have any questions during the program, please feel free to do that. So Alex, welcome.
Alex, yes. And tell us a
Awesome.
little
Hey,
bit about
Robert,
you.
Maria, thank you guys so much for having me. I love this show. You guys do such an awesome job with it. So appreciate the invite.
Oh, you're so welcome. So Alex, tell our studio and our guest here a little bit about yourself and what got you started into real estate.
Sure, happy to. So I have been a real estate agent for 10 years here in New Jersey. Previously, I was a special ed teacher. I did that for 11 years, and there was an 8-year time where they overlapped. So I was doing both. I was, I guess you could call me part-time real estate, but I really wasn't. I was working like round the clock. It was pretty intense. So I was really, really hustling. It was sort of a major side hustle, I guess you could put it that way. But yeah, I was teaching and, I had flexibility with that and, afternoons, evenings, summers off and weekends. So I really just wanted something else to do, something more. real estate was something I thought was exciting, and I actually got the class from a Groupon. I'm not sure if that's even still a thing anymore. But it was like
That's amazing.
$300 to take the class, and I was like, why not? So I took it and never imagined what it was going to turn into. So yeah, 10 years later, I'm going strong and loving every second of it.
Wow.
That is so funny. You know that they say that teachers make the best real estate agents because we take the time
Interesting.
to teach. And we
Yeah.
have, I am a former special educator, and Tommy on our team is a special educator. There's a couple of agents in our office that are educators. Um, I, like you, did both and then realized that well, education changed a little bit here in Maryland. And I was
Here
like,
too.
okay,
Yeah.
it's time to move on. We've always had our own real estate company. So Rob's like, Maria, we're just so busy. You need to come back. So I came back full time, and like, I'm just going to be straight up honest. The health benefits kept me, like being self employed, paying your own health benefits is like a mortgage.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's been 8, 9 years. Haven't looked back for a minute. I miss the kids. I miss my colleagues, and I still keep in contact with quite a few of the teachers that I worked with. We sold them, most of them, homes, sold
Yep.
their homes, and just are watching their families. But educators make amazing, amazing real estate agents. So if you are teaching
Yeah.
and you would like a part-time, full-time job, and you're ready for a change, we're already here in Jersey and Maryland to hire you
That's
and
right.
bring you aboard. So
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, that's great. What a great parlay from one job into the next. And, we just had a brokerage meeting, this morning, and we were just talking about is it actually a job or do you own a business? And you have to really define that. And for us, it doesn't feel like a job. We own our
right,
business and we enjoy what we do.
right,
And I know you do too as well,
absolutely.
Alex, and that's
We
great.
love what we do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
Yep.
okay. So, first of all, I want to find out what part of Jersey do you service, by the way, so everyone can see the Jersey map on board here. What part of Jersey do you service?
Sure, appreciate it. So I cover the dark blue that you'll see there.
Gotcha.
So Central Jersey is kind of like its own animal. But the dark blue counties you'll see Middlesex, Somerset, Mercer, and Hunterdon. I do Union quite a bit as well too, but those are the main ones.
There are no
The
notes on
lighter
this
blue
map,
that you'll
Rob.
see is more of Jersey Shore, which I go to a little bit. I do have a beach house down in Ortley Beach, which is near Seaside. Anyone who's seen the Jersey Shore show knows about that.
Right.
But it's a little
I
little
have
further
not
out
seen
from
it.
me. Good for you. That's a good thing. Yeah, but some notable towns would be like Edison, Princeton. I'm very close to Princeton, Flemington, Bridgewater, New Brunswick, so close to Rutgers University. That whole area is like bread and butter.
That's great.
So we have an amazing client, Janine and Steve, and they actually moved here from Kentucky. He's an international banker, and she's a surgeon. And then they got moved to Iowa from here. Like, what a big change. But anyway, her
Wow.
mom is in Jersey. So she'll fly in to see her mom or drive across the country to see her mom. And then
Wow.
I'm like, you better let me know when you're close by so that it's easier for me to drive to Jersey. It's literally shorter than going to our beach. I love how they say the Jersey Shore. I just love that. And we say, the Delaware beaches. I think Jersey Shore sounds nicer. But
Yep.
anyway, so we'll drive up to see her. But we went to Princeton. I've never been in Princeton.
It's
The
beautiful.
town is adorable.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
oh my goodness, like the specialty shops and just you could walk everywhere. Just you felt really safe.
Yep.
We enjoyed all the food we ate.
Oh
It
yeah.
was just a great trip. I then we were invited to their beach home that's in Ocean City, Jersey. I just
Yep.
texted her Ocean City. Now we only went up for the day, but it was beautiful. And I don't want to like poo poo our
Nice.
beautiful Delaware beaches, but you have like a wider beach and more variety of restaurants. It was
Mm.
just
Yeah.
beautiful. So
Yeah, I love the Jersey Shore. Definitely one of the best things about our state here.
That's great. That's great. So
Yep.
just to find out, just so everyone can understand, what is going on in the New Jersey market right now? What's happening there?
Sure. So the main thing to say is that we have a lack of inventory, so we are definitely starving for listings. So if you're considering listing your home, there's never been a better time. And even with rates having gone up a bit, people are still buying. We have plenty of buyers. So for that reason, with the low supply and high demand, we're seeing a lot of multiple offer situations. So houses are typically selling over asking price. They're selling very quickly. People are doing whatever they can to get a leg up as far as terms, waiving or limiting some of their contingencies, whatever they have to do to get a home. A lot of people have been looking for quite some time and they're just, ready to go. So, it's a strong market. Homes are appreciating pretty quickly. So it's good. We're moving along quite nicely over here.
Yeah, that's
That's
great.
awesome. I know. I feel like in Maryland, it's the same way, but like, honest to God, it's like week to week lately. Like, either it's multiple offers, everybody's offering cash. Some people want to waive all, inspections, and I'm like, I'm not a
Yeah,
huge fan of that. But if you're
no,
asking me what's going to win it, I can tell you. But
right.
you know,
Doesn't mean you recommend it. It's saying this
That's
is
right.
what you need.
exactly,
Yeah, I like
exactly,
to differentiate that too. I say, listen, this is what you're going to have to do to win. I'm not telling you to do it because,
correct,
I don't want to say that to you, but, that's what
correct,
it takes to win. Doesn't mean it's
right,
a good idea, but depends how
right,
bad you want the house sometimes.
That's
right,
right. Yeah.
right.
Yeah. We tend
Yeah,
to cringe whenever we talk about waiving inspections and things like
I
that. But
I
know,
know.
it almost seems like a week to week market here. I can see a little bit of
right,
softening in the market right now, but it's still strong. And listen, if you have the right house in the right location and the right price,
Yeah,
you're going to have buyers lined up for it,
right.
even with the
yeah,
interest rates are where they are right now.
right.
And I know that the Feds are going to be making an adjustment here fairly soon, hopefully, in the downward scale. We're expecting 5 to 6 changes throughout the year, and we're working on our third one, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, yeah,
We'll keep
very
hoping
interesting.
for that.
Yep,
Yes,
exactly.
Yep, yep.
yes. So, what is the average home price in Central New Jersey?
So we're around 500K.
Okay,
Um, of course, depending where you are, we're such a diverse area in New Jersey. We're small, but we have so many different pockets and different neighborhoods. So it really depends. But we have a lot of 4-bed colonials, 4-bed, 2.5 baths that may be, 2,500 square feet. If it's in a nice town that's very much desirable, they'll go for quite a bit more. 7, 8, 900 is very common around here too. So it's a little pricey, but all depends of what you're looking for in what area. Even the 4 counties I said that I cover, it varies quite a bit.
right.
So a lot of little pockets.
Yeah.
Let's say
Do you
that.
have a lot of new builds happening? A lot of,
No.
yeah. It seemed like more of like a classic area.
Yeah.
Like it had
Yeah, we
a
have a
lot
lot
of,
of older homes.
yes. Well, see, I
Yeah,
personally prefer that. I'd buy an
me
older
too.
home any day before I would
Mm.
a new build right now, and that's
Yeah,
me
they have more
personally.
character and I think they built
Yes.
them better.
Alex,
Check,
Yeah,
Alex,
check, and
you,
check.
yeah, yeah, right, right. Do,
exactly.
do you also invest in real estate as well?
I do.
Excellent.
So I own several rental properties in the area, right around where I live here in Somerset County, mainly 3 and 4 families. I also have one in New Brunswick, right by Rutgers University. And then I have a 2 family at the Jersey Shore, like I mentioned, and I rent out half of it and then rent out my unit for certain times of the year when I'm not there. So that's been great, just watching these properties grow and appreciate. It's been awesome, and
Yeah,
managing the tenants, learning all that, because that's a whole different animal.
it
And
is.
then I also do fix and flips. So I buy distressed homes and fix them up and sell them for more, and that's been really successful and fun.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
great.
if we wish we had the crystal ball, we would have bought more way back when. Actually, we can't
Yeah,
even say way back when. It was 2 years ago. We still would
I know,
be
right?
I
COVID
remember
time.
friends that I was buying a house, and I said to Rob, like, I knew that it was like at the top number, and I'm like, I'm like cringing just a little bit. Literally, they're moving. That we just listed their home, and they're easily going to do well,
Yeah,
make money.
Yeah.
And we were a little nervous back
exactly.
then, so that's where it seems
Yeah,
like it's been in all the market in on this side. Even in Colorado, they were saying is the same way. And
yeah.
even in North Carolina, we were talking to Sandy. I don't know if you ever talked to Sandy Alpine in North
Mm-hmm. Yep,
Carolina.
yep, yep.
So just talking to her because we have some children moving to North Carolina.
Oh, nice.
Um, we're just getting a better feel for how things are down there,
Mhm.
as
Yeah,
well.
I talk to agents all over the country, and I see so much growth, almost everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
I agree.
So if we have a client that we're going to, refer to you in New Jersey, what makes you stand out versus maybe the other agents that are in your marketplace in order to win that buyer or even win that seller?
sure. My team and I, we really take pride in getting things done. It's nice to be friendly and to have great customer service, but we're about the results. So we do all those things too, and make people feel very special. But the people want the end result. If they are asking you to sell their house, they want you to sell it and sell it for top dollar. We get that done. If they're buying with you, they want you to make sure you get that dream home and someone else doesn't. So the main thing is that we promise to get the results that you're looking for. That's what we take a lot of pride in. That's our slogan, is client focused, results driven. We make sure we understand our clients' needs and we deliver on that. We try to under promise and over deliver. But yeah, an excellent communication, that's just so important. Because I talk to a lot of people that they say they've had a previous realtor, and it's always like the same story. It's like, oh, they never responded, it took forever, we didn't know what was going on with their house. So you just will never ever get that from me. I respond like lightning speed. All my clients will tell you that. And that's what I would want, because it's stressful. You want to know what's going on.
That's right.
And
Exactly.
communication is really very important.
Yeah.
Whether
Yeah,
you've got 10 deals going one day or one deal going,
yeah,
communicating with our clients is really
Yeah.
important.
Yeah. I'm sure
certainly.
we're like-minded with this, but what do you love most about real estate, and what's the least favorable thing that you like about real estate?
Sure, it's such a good question. I love the competition. It's like an adrenaline rush to me.
Mm-hmm.
I love competing with other agents. To try and win that listing and win that buyer, win those multiple offer situations. It's like a thrill for me. So when there's 20 offers and the listing agent calls me and says, "Hey, congratulations, you did a great job and your buyers are getting the house," like nothing beats that. That's just
That's
like,
right.
it's so amazing.
That's great.
So that's my favorite part about real estate. My least favorite is that there's no off button.
That's a good
It's
Wow.
point.
That's
That's a
right.
really
yeah.
good
I mean,
point.
every realtor knows that. It's like, they say as soon as you go on vacation, that's when like the phone starts ringing. Every
That's
problem
correct.
happened. The person you've been working with for a year that hasn't wanted to see a house, like, now needs to see a house today. And you're
That's
you're
right.
with your family and you're doing whatever, and it's like you can't turn off. So I always got my phone by me. I have people to help, so that's been a big part of the last few years, is growing the team, and making sure that we're really like a machine that's always running. So even if I'm out of town, or trying to unplug for a little bit, I have things moving, but it's always a challenge. Like, it's always
Yeah.
a work in
It
progress.
is. It is. And
Yeah.
we joke that you just even plan it. The minute you plan the vacation or time away, it's how it
Yeah,
is. Last week, just coming back from
exactly.
Colorado, a settlement that was supposed to happen the day we returned, which we had planned for, that actually was happening the day before. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like we couldn't even get a flight back earlier, the way the flights are. And who's to say it
Right.
wasn't going to be, postponed or canceled or delayed, So we were like, making sure we had our team cover us well, and,
Yeah.
talk to the buyer and make sure they know that we, we're supporting them in everything we do, and all that good stuff.
It's still
But
very
Yeah.
hard to remove yourself, right, from the chaos of the real estate, because again, it's just, it doesn't feel like a job. It's our business. It's what we do, and we feel
Yeah.
so in line with our clients, and we want
Exactly.
to stay in touch with them. So there's a lot of times where we could be at the beach and she's in a chair reading a book, and then we find ourselves responding to clients and to answer, get answers for them and things like that. So
Right.
you're right. There is no off button.
we
Yeah.
don't have any little ones, little children. We have our grandchildren, but even in the car, it's like, shh, no one's gonna take this call. Like,
That's right.
I know. My
That's right.
daughter's gonna be so used to it. She's little now, but it's like she already like she'll grab my phone and she'll say hello. It's so funny. She's
That's
just
really
used
funny.
to it. But
what-
I
what-
try to be present.
That's right. Exactly.
you're
Yep.
correct.
And that's really important. Family life is really important. So
Yeah.
what's your craziest real estate story out there? I know everyone's going to be thrilled to hear what you have to say about this. What's the craziest story?
Yeah, definitely. So, my craziest stories, I wouldn't say maybe not crazy, but it's sort of funny and silly.
Yeah.
Of course, it's when I first started. I was showing a home. It was a condo, and there was like a balcony, and it was second floor. And we went out to take a look at the balcony. She came out with me, and the door just automatically closed. I couldn't believe it, how it slammed shut so quick, and it locked. And I just could not
Oh,
believe that
no.
it would do that. So we're stuck on this balcony. No, neither of us. I didn't have a phone. She did, fortunately. So that was the savior. And her friend was very close by. It worked out okay. She was able to call their friend. And the door. We left the front door open, thank God. So the friend was able to get in and let us out. But it was super embarrassing. It was my first time with the client. I don't remember whatever happened. I don't think we ended up closing on a house, but that may have ruined it for me right there.
Okay, so I've got to tell you a story that happened to me, and that's a great story. Believe me. That's awesome. But so this is a funny one. A couple of years ago,
Oh, no.
several years ago, we were showing. Marie and I were both showing houses to this couple, and we showed this Victorian home. So I open up it's a real old home. I open up the basement door, and I see the basement stairs, and it's just these very rickety, like just wooden stairs with that you could slide your leg in between the stairs. You know what I mean? It's just a very dirt. It's like a dirt basement type of area. So I go down there. Of course, I'm the first agent to go down, right? So as I'm going down, I land on like the third step going down, and I literally break the steps.
Oh,
Like they
jeez.
collapse.
They collapsed.
He falls to the ground.
Oh.
I
No
fall to the
joke.
ground. So I'm looking up at the doorway. My clients are up there. My wife is up there. I'm in this dirt basement with my flashlight, thank goodness, or I can start imagining snakes coming out of the woodwork and everything like that. And
Yeah.
I am so embarrassed, right? I'm just really embarrassed about it. So I look over and I see Bilko doors. Now, you know what a Bilko door is, right? It's like,
Yep.
if you're in a tornado and you
Like
see
the
the
Wizard
doors
of
open up, like
Oz.
the Wizard of Oz
Right,
doors,
right.
right?
Cellar door. Yeah.
I see the Bilko doors, but there's no steps going to the Bilko doors. So everyone stops what they're doing. They go outside.
And
they
the
open
owner
up
was
the Bilko
home.
doors.
The owner was home.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And they're all trying to figure out how to get me through the Bilko door, which was a lot easier than going back up these steps. So
Right.
I called it was all in good fun. I mean, I could have easily have broken my leg doing that.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Good thing you were
Because
hurt.
but anyway, I talked to the agent about it, and I said, look, obviously you probably have to go temporarily off until these steps get repaired and things like that. So they were.
And they really should have kind of warned you, unless.
Yeah,
but I'm
but
just saying.
it was
But
it was funny though. That was a crazy story.
Yeah.
well, it's
Believe me, I
better
have
than
many.
falling through the attic, I think.
Yeah, well, I've never done that.
No,
I've
I don't
seen
even-
people do that. That's
Yes.
I know.
exactly.
And
Yeah,
home
and I'm thinking
inspectors.
you're at a showing. Why are you walking through an attic? That's
Yeah.
not even finished or anything.
Yeah,
Everyone
I
wants
tell
to keep
people
their
not
head
to
up
go
there.
in the attic.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So listen, I wanted to kind of just parlay. I know we're doing great for time, by the way, but I kind of wanted to parlay our conversation into, and I know we have several people that are watching right now, and just kind of go into this NAR settlement, which is the National Association of REALTORS settlement that we just recently had with the Department of Justice. It's had preliminary approval, by the way, here recently. The final approval for it is not going to be until, I believe, the end of November, if I'm not mistaken.
That's what they're saying now.
Yeah, if you haven't read anything in the headlines about this, obviously you're probably not following the news. But we just wanted to make sure that you understand, as a buyer and seller, basically what this lawsuit is about and what kind of changes that's going to affect as far as our relationship with you as a client. So, Alex, I wanted to bring you on board with that because I think you really explained that so well when you posted on LinkedIn about this.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it, and happy to explain it to the consumers. So there's really two major changes that are taking place. Number one, when a house goes on the MLS, which is the multiple listing system, for sale, the commission that is going to be given to a buyer agent cannot be disclosed on the MLS. It will no longer be allowed. So, for example, if you were offering 2.5% to a buyer broker, typically the buyer broker can go right on the MLS and see it there, so they know if they show and sell the property, that's how they're going to be compensated. But going forward, effective July, that will no longer be allowed. You cannot post it. Now, it doesn't mean that the seller can't and shouldn't offer compensation to the buyer agent. It's just going to be a little bit different. Okay, so just because it can't be disclosed on the MLS doesn't mean that you can't give it. And we as realtors are certainly going to still encourage our sellers to offer a commission to a buyer agent, because really it's the same common sense and the same reasons that we always have. We want to sell your home for the most amount of money. We want to present it to the most amount of buyers, the biggest pool possible. And that's going to mean by compensating the buyer's agents who already are working with the buyer. And those are typically the most serious buyers too, because they're already working with the realtor. So that's the first thing, is that you can't disclose any commission or compensation on the MLS. The second thing is that when you are shopping for a home and you go to look at a home, the buyer agent is going to have you sign an exclusive buyer agency agreement. Well, it can be non-exclusive too, but a buyer agency agreement will need to be signed before you even walk into a home. So this is something that sort of varies from state to state. I think you guys said in Maryland you're accustomed to buyer agency agreements. But in New Jersey, and I think in most states, they're not a requirement. So even if people did do them, they typically did it at the time of signing a contract. So that's one thing that's going to be very different for home buyers. Typically you just link up with a realtor and you go to start looking at houses. But now, effective in July, and some agents are already doing it, you're going to have to sign an agreement that's going to disclose, what the buyer expects, or the buyer agent expects to be compensated, amongst other things. So those are the two key changes that have come from the NAR settlement that everyone needs to sort of be prepared for.
That's correct. What a great explanation.
And
Yeah,
so for
absolutely.
us, because Maryland is one where you need to have buyer's agency before you even really walk into the home and show the first home. And how
Right.
we explain that is, and I'm sure every buyer will appreciate this, is that you're hiring us to represent you. So your best interest as a buyer is what our focus is. And
Right.
that's what we're doing. We're not representing the seller, we're representing you as the buyer. So we're not representing the seller's best interest, we're representing the buyer's best interest. So, what buyer
Yeah.
wouldn't want someone to look out for them and provide as much information as we can? So, I think that's a good thing.
Agreed. I think
Yeah.
it's a good thing too. So I'm actually excited for that part of it. I think it's going to be a good change of pace for us. It's not what we're
Yeah.
Yes.
used to, but it's fine to a little change. I think it's a good one.
Yeah, the great thing
Yes.
about the exclusive buyer agency agreement is it's going to give us an opportunity as buyers agents, basically, to express the value that we're going to bring to the transaction, which is huge, by the way. It's a huge value to the buyer, to have that representation, to have someone to help explain the contract to you, and to be able to put together a real good offer, that's going to be acceptable to the seller and things of that nature. So For most of us, it's really going to be just another everyday course of business. There really isn't going to be a big change with that. The states that don't require an exclusive buyer tenant agency agreement to be signed, obviously they're going to have a little bit of change of business. But
It's not that difficult,
as
though.
realtors, we've always been able to adapt to change over the
Yeah.
many years, and this is going to be a plus for the buyer. There's no question about it. And I wholeheartedly agree with you. And I don't want to regurgitate anything on the listing side. I just want to make sure that our sellers understand that it does not prohibit them from offering compensation to a buyer brokerage. They can still offer that compensation, understanding that if I'm selling my home, I want that buyer to be thoroughly represented. I want to know that they completely understand the offer that they're submitting to us,
Right.
and they're getting the right guidance along the way. I don't want to have to be the one to do that, and I don't want them to be
Well, you
ill
can't.
informed. So, of course, I'm going to offer compensation. It can be expressed, and this is where the gray area comes. It just cannot be notated or expressed on the MLS as of, I believe, late July. Late July is when this is going to take into effect. But it can be, we could definitely share that in other ways. And these are things that, again, Alex and I, and Maria, we're not attorneys. We're not brokers. So we definitely expect you to lean on the understanding of and description of this from your broker and from your attorney for your brokerage, and kind of and abide by that, of course. But the way we perceive it, though, is that it's going to be just a slight change that's really not going to affect our business that much. It really isn't.
And the best news is between Maryland's home team and our team and Alex Monaco and his team, we're going to be looking out for your best interest, whether you're the buyer or the seller,
Correct.
whether we represent you as the buyer or you as the seller.
Yeah, that will never
And-
change.
Always.
and,
That will
you
never
know,
change. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the most
Exactly.
important thing to know, is that someone's going to genuinely care and look out for you and be honest and do what's right.
Exactly. Yeah. So
Totally agree.
I thoroughly believe that if you're in the market to buy a home, things aren't going to change right now. If you're in the market to sell your to list your home in the next couple of months, definitely get an explanation from your agent. But again, I don't see things changing to the point. I mean, I see so much on the internet right now that just is so negative about what's happening, and that the sky is falling. And I hear of agents that have been in the business for 20, 25 years wanting to possibly even leave the business. And I see no reason for that. I honestly don't. It's, change happens in our business. It happens periodically. And you know what? The bottom line is, that's the difference between hiring an agent versus hiring a real estate professional, someone who takes their profession wholeheartedly, 100%, very serious. And that's why I have Alex on the program today, is because we're both like-minded in that area.
And they say the cream rises
Exactly.
to the top. And
That's it.
We're
Yeah.
not going anywhere. We're going to be right
No.
here for you.
We'll be right here, and if anything, it's just more reason for buyers and sellers to make educated choices about who they choose to work with, and not just go with whoever's there because they know them, but to interview multiple agents and to see who's really the most into their business, and who this is not a hobby for, like who treats
Correct.
it,
It's not our hobby.
No.
Correct.
like it's their business. Yep.
That's great.
Correct.
Well,
So Alex, tell me
no,
about
go ahead.
real quick, the shore. Like if you don't mind me asking a question or two.
Sure.
Maria
like,
loves the beach. If you
I
haven't
do.
figured it
Oh,
out.
I can always talk about the shore.
I'm counting the days down till we could get
Oh, yeah.
away.
Me too.
So we went to Ocean City, Jersey, to visit our friends, and I believe Ocean County is where your shore home is. Is that correct?
Right.
So, like,
Right.
what's the main difference? I think Atlantic City is closer to Ocean City, if I'm correct. Like, tell me the
Yes.
differences of going a little more north instead of staying south.
Sure. Yeah. So Ocean City is actually in Atlantic County. It's not in Ocean County. So it's that's a little tricky and confusing. So that's further south, the Atlantic City area. It's closer to Philadelphia. So I'm more closer to North Jersey. So I go to what's kind of called like the North Beaches. So in our areas we have Seaside, Manasquan, Ortley Beach, Lavalette, Point Pleasant. Really nice areas, lots to do. It's closer to New York City, so I would say, you know, they both have their pros and cons. They both have nice beaches and great places to eat and all that. But the northern beaches, you know, where I go is more for like people from North Jersey or people from New York. You know, we get a lot of people from New York, Staten Island, Brooklyn. They come to the Jersey Shore. And then, you know, down in Ocean City, you get a lot more people like from Philadelphia, that area. Um,
Probably
but
because
yeah,
of
they're both
distance.
both great spots. Yeah.
That's great.
Yep.
Yeah, we were looking to stay because they let us know they were flying in late, so we were trying to find just a place to stay overnight. And
Right.
there's some beaches right before Atlantic County, and we weren't sure about them. Like we didn't know enough about them to know. But now I can just text you and say, "Hey, what do you think of this?" You can
That's
tell
it.
me.
I'll let you know.
Yeah.
I also love Wildwood. Wildwood is pretty far south in New Jersey, and it's like so much fun. There's so much to do there. So we try to go down there. It's about 2 hours from me, so we don't go much, but it's a really good time
I have
down
to
there.
remember that. Yeah.
So how far is your shore home from where you currently live?
It's like an hour and 10 minutes.
Oh, that's
Oh,
really
that's
awesome.
really nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not too bad at all. So
Ours
we,
is
you know,
about
we
two
can
and a
go
half
on a
hours.
weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which still isn't bad. I mean, Jersey's actually
No.
closer.
Right.
When we did the timing. Yeah, my aunt, my Italian aunt, always went to Wildwood every summer. We never
Oh,
went with
wow.
her, but she
Yeah.
did. That's where she went. And she
Yep.
loved it. She just loved it.
That's great. That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
it's a
Well,
lot of fun.
yeah, that's good. It's Alex Monaco. He's a realtor, and it's Alex Monaco realestate.com. Say that 5 times.
I know, right?
And when you're suffering with allergies like I am right now, it's even more difficult. But
Yep. My eyes, I get it so bad
Right.
this time of year. Oh my
exactly.
God.
So if you're looking for a fantastic agent in the New Jersey central area there, he's going to service you well. I'm going to have links in the description below, along with his phone numbers and things of that nature, so you can reach out to him. Alex, it was a joy. It was a pleasure
Thanks
to have
for
you on
joining
board.
us.
Anything final that you want to share with us before we let you go?
No, thank you both. I appreciate you having me very much. Yeah, it's been a pleasure. That's all. So thank you guys again. Love the
You're so
show.
welcome.
Thank you. We'll talk to you
Yep.
soon, okay?
Alrighty.
Absolutely.
Alrighty, take
Thanks
care
a
now.
lot.
Yep. Yeah, so if we obviously if we have anyone that we want to refer
Oh,
to him,
absolutely.
I
And he
mean,
knows people.
yeah,
And, he can recommend anyone that may be outside of his
that's
area.
right. Yeah.
But I don't know if we have any house fans on the show tonight. But recently, my daughter and I have been watching House. Like she always tries, we pick a show we're going to watch toward the summer together. But House is in Princeton. I think it's Princeton Hospital. I'm not sure if that's the right name
See,
or
I did
not.
not know that.
Is now I don't know if they actually filmed it in Princeton. That could just be a total fake, But anyway, so that's given me a little bit more familiarity with the area, just a little bit. So
You know what we didn't do, and I had Alex on here as well. Oh my goodness, we did not play the guessing game.
oh well,
I wanted to play the guessing game with
Well,
him. My goodness.
this is your thing, honey. You do it.
Alex, I don't know if he's still on board or not. Let me just see if he's still there. If he is, I know I definitely want to play the guessing game. I worked hard on this.
I know, but
Give me a second, folks.
don't-
I'm gonna pull this up and see. There he is, Alex.
I'm still here.
You're still here. I know you were
I
waiting for the
forgot
guessing
about it
game as
too,
well.
but I
Yeah,
wanna
so
play
did
too,
I.
so
So did
yeah.
I. Okay, folks, listen. If you've been with our show, we do spin the wheel. We do all kinds of either
Spin
the
to
duck
win.
race, spin to win. We do the duck
Right,
race
right.
sometimes. This is a new game that I popped up. It's called Guess the Image. So I'm going to bring up just a couple of images, and we got Alex on board as well to guess along with us.
Just letting everybody know
And
this is a Rob thing, not a
this
Maria
is a me
thing.
thing. This is a me thing. Exactly. But we're gonna have a lot of fun here. So here's the first image, and these are basically these are like logos and things like that you would find nationally and even locally. So the first image for you to guess is this one. What do you think that image is? And Alex, don't chime in because I think we've already discussed that. If you know what
Nope.
it is, you have 20 seconds. Put it in the chat. If not, I'm going to reveal what this logo is. I just gave you a hint. It's a logo. Is there any takers at all? Anybody want to chime in to the chat what they think that this is? And I'll put you up there. Anybody at all? 3 seconds left. 2, 1. I'm going to unpixelate it then, and it is Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
That is Chick-fil-A. How about that? Is that pretty cool?
I
or
think
what?
there's a lot.
It looked
of,
like the Toronto Raptors logo too.
Yeah,
That was my
right.
first guess.
Hey, so how about this one here? What do you think about this? If you're local to Maryland, you've got to know
I
what
was
this
going
one
to
is.
say that's a little biased. That's not
If
national.
you're local, it's not national, but if you're local, this is what it is. I'm going to go ahead and unpixelate just for the sake of time, and that one is the Maryland Terrapins. How about that? And here's so that was a lot of fun. But here's a logo that everyone should know, and I'm going to go ahead and bring that up here. Everyone should know what this logo is. If you don't get to know what it is,
That's right. Let's go to lunch.
I'm going to go ahead.
We'll treat you to a cup of coffee.
That's right. I'm going to go ahead and reveal it now.
Or
It is
tea.
We Are Remax. That's right.
Yes.
That's just a joke, of course, right?
The most important logo right there.
That's right. The
got
most
that
important
right.
logo. That's right. But I wanted to play that game with Alex. But Alex, I appreciate you playing along, my
Thanks
friend.
for
Thank you
coming
so
back.
much.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're going to dive right into our calendar of events, and we're going to be right back. How about that?
There's no need to complicate things. Let's stick to the basics. We both know what we want. Let's just keep it simple. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. We dance on the same wavelength. This feels like a new beginning. We both know what we want. Let's just keep it simple. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So won't you let me trip with you? Leaning on follow, leave us till tomorrow. So won't you let me trip with you? Leaning on follow, leave us till tomorrow. So won't you let me? So won't you let me? So won't you let me? I dream that if I can hold you close, you can be me in the dark. Let me run away through the night. Let us leave the world behind. Give in, keep yourself thinking. Tonight, let go and start dreaming. I was feeling down low, you just brought me straight up. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, we're higher than the ceiling. I feel everything is spinning. I was feeling down low, you just brought me straight up. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So won't you let me trip?
All right, welcome back. And we're going to dive right into the local market stats, and we'll be right back.
Get you whatever you want. I'll settle for nothing. As long as we can keep the fire. I'll do whatever you do. Follow you anywhere. If our chances are getting brighter. But I want you to know I can't help but fight this feeling. I want you to try. Imagine living without it. So let's go.
All right, welcome back. Thank you so much. The market is still a very strong market out there, as you can see with the stats. We appreciate everybody joining in with us
Absolutely.
tonight. Please keep those comments coming in. We really appreciate it. And if you,
Yes, and we apologize. I had 2 texts that people were commenting on the
yep, just a glitch.
your logo thing.
That's right. Yeah,
I'm
it
not
was a
sure what the
glitch. I
right verbiage is
apologize.
there for you. So
Yep.
next time, just feel free to text me in the middle of the show. We don't mind.
Exactly.
And we'll
Yep.
double check. So
Yep.
yeah, we apologize. If you didn't
Exactly.
get to put your comment up
That's right. So Maria, we're always better. What?
together.
We're always better together. Remember to keep Maryland Homes team at the top of the list of teams that you want to interview whenever you're thinking of buying or even selling your home. And we'll be more than happy to share with you our marketing plan. And it's going to be one of the best decisions you've made. I promise you that. So until next time, we will see you on the flip side. Right?
Yes.
Right?
What's your story? What's your sign? It's like we're twin flames in a different life. Deep connection lights a spark. It's like you know me in the depths of my heart. We're dreamers. Don't care what other people say. We live it like this could be our final day. We're dreamers. Don't care what the others say. We're doing this in our way. We come alive in the nighttime. It's something about how we dance in the moonlight. That look in your eyes, it tells me that you want me and all my loving. We come alive in the nighttime. You and I, we come alive. We come alive. We come alive. What's your weakness? What's your type? Somehow